Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to.
This is a story about an old man who has lost all hope in life, all because of his misguided faith in a simple engine. However, with the help of his granddaughter and the courage of a small town, he may be able to find that special magic to make his engine run once more. Academy Award nominee Peter Fonda, Academy Award nominee Alec Baldwin, Most Adorable Smile Award Mara Wilson. Really? That annoying Mrs. Doubtfire kid? Okay. And making his film debut, Thomas the Tank Engine. Okay.
Whose joke is this? Come on, where's the real summary? Come on, I mean, there is no way that Thomas the Tank Engine is in a Peter Fonda and Alec Baldwin movie. See? I'm right. Peter Fonda and Alec Baldwin are in a Thomas the Tank Engine movie? What?! Trust me, most of America was as shocked as you are. What the hell are these two big dramatic actors doing in something as brainless as Thomas the Tank Engine? I mean, it's not that it's a kid's film. Hell, a Disney movie or a Pixar movie or something of substance would make more sense, but it's Thomas the fucking Tank Engine! The show PBS puts on when Clifford the dog is too intimidating. But does it all come together? It's Thomas the fucking Tank! Let's take a look.
Meet Thomas. He's our #1 hero.
Hello! So immediately, you're hoping Mr. Rogers' trolley comes in and kicks the oiled asses out of these characters, but unfortunately, we're not so lucky. We do, however, see our first problem with this film.
7, 8...
Who do we appreciate? Practicing your numbers, Gordon.
I'm counting how many seconds late you are.
The mouths don't move! And it's fucking creepy! I mean, I understand on the show, because it looks like they have a budget that makes Gumby look like Studio Ghibli, but come on, you got Peter Fonda in this! You don't want Peter Fonda to think you're this goddamn lazy, do you? You got enough facial expressions in your library, but you can't come up with one motor to go inside the character's lips to make it move up and down? Come on, I can do better. Watch! Say, Gordon, I was just wondering why we live in a town called Sodor. Is that a retirement home for Lord of the Ring villains? I'm just trying to put together how we procreate. I mean, do trains have sperm? Goodness gracious me. That's somehow still less creepy than what you're doing! So we're introduced to a place called Shining Time, where the humans are just as lifeless as the trains. They even have their own obnoxiously fat, profanity-laced Tinkerbell played by Alec Baldwin, who's going to sing to us about the town.
This is your shining time, climbing through stars to your own cloud nine.
Here's our generic song. It sounds like hundreds of other songs. Things are always nice in this song. That's why no one remembers it. Generic song, generic song. Some jackass wrote this in his sleep. Generic song, generic songs. It shuts up your kids so you can't complain.
And by the way, I think that you're going to help me and Thomas somewhere in this story.
Okay. Are you gonna fill us in on that at all? That's kind of a lot of pressure to throw on a little kid and then suddenly not go into any detail. How would you like it if Barney the dinosaur in the middle of a song said,
I love you, you love me.
Some shit's going down, be ready for it.
We're a happy family.
So I guess they find out a bad train named Diesel has come to town for no other reason than to cause trouble.
I've come back to find a lost steam engine. What? I'm gonna destroy her and dominate you!
Whoa! Keep it in the bedroom, Diesel!
Well, I'm tired of being the bottom bitch. Just for once, I want to be in control of my train sperm.
We were just talking about that. Do trains have sperm?
Silence!
There, Mutt. Paint job's finished. I reckon Shining Time is the best welcome sign of any town in our valley. Well, I'm glad you agree.
Wow, kid, you gotta start seeing some girls.
You hear that train whistle sooner than it hears itself.
Well, all that excitement gets him working his way up to Muffle Mountain, where Peter Fonda plays the owner of a tank engine he's named Lady, whom we heard about earlier.
Long ago, I made a mistake as Lady's caretaker. An evil diesel found Lady and threatened to destroy her. He chased her, used up all her coal, and then he crashed her. I tried my best to fix her up, but I've never been able to make up for the mistake I made.
Okay, Peter, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you're trying way too hard here. This isn't Yuli's gold, it's Thomas the fucking tank engine! I don't usually say this, but we'd understand if you don't put your all into it. I mean, why can't you be more like...
It is a very important day.
Well, maybe not like this. Yes, if Peter Fonda is too miserable in this movie, then Alec Baldwin is far too happy. He plays Mr. Conductor. Think Bob the Builder's lobotomized grandpa and you'll have a pretty good idea what he's like.
Stacy, where did you find this painting?
In an old locker.
No, lady. The proper response is, ah! Demon, demon, ah!
This place looks like the island of Sodor, but how would Burnett Stone travel there without gold dust?
I guess he travels back and forth between Shining Time and Sodor, and that's why people aren't pissing themselves with terror whenever he arrives. But what's so weird about it is that there's nothing really magical about Sodor except for the fact that the trains talk. Wouldn't it make more sense just to have it all take place in one world? Why not just have a world where trains talk and that's it? Why have the real world in it at all? Hey, would you like to go to the magical land of Corridor? I sure would! It's just like the real world. What's so magical about it? Well, that mask over there can smell garlic chicken spring rolls.
This isn't really magical.
Like Stacy, Mutt sensed danger. He didn't want either Billy or me to leave Shining Time.
Oh yeah, he looks really distressed there.
I have to concentrate now, Mutt. Goodbye, Mutt. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
I know. You're thinking to yourself, how could any successful actor bring himself to star in a movie that requires him to say the line sparkle, sparkle, sparkle? Well, I think you underestimate the power of those words. I think Baldwin saw the possibilities of that line, the magic it possesses, and the ability to touch an entire generation. Don't act like these words haven't had a huge impact on your life! Hey! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Fuck yeah! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Woo! Yeah! You're right, yeah! Meanwhile, we see Fonda continuing to mope. Get used to this, folks. There's a lot of it.
The man with the sparkle told me one day one of his family would return. But until then, to guard her well, young Burnett.
But I didn't guard you well.
For God's sake, lighten up! It's Thomas the fucking tank engine! Save it for a movie that deserves it! Like 310 to Yuma or The Limey! Even Ghost Rider deserves more energy than this!
I just don't seem to understand about magic anymore.
Okay, we're going to break while I get someone to clearly show him how not to give a shit in a performance.
Yes, sir.
Yes, give me the girl from the remake of Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, by the way, sir.
Huh?
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Fuck yeah! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle! Ah! Here we go, Fonda. This is the proper performance to give in this movie. Mara Wilson. Clearly going through puberty, clearly at the age where she's embarrassed to be seen in this piece of crap, and clearly just doing this to pay off her future student loans. Watch this performance and tell me if at any moment she looks invested.
Grandpa's been so sad since Grandma Tasha died.
Did you get his present?
Here. I'm making him a friendship bracelet.
Awkward expression.
Honey, that's beautiful.
Don't know how or where to look.
But I'd rather just stay here with you.
No commitment whatsoever.
I know. Come here.
Give the same uncomfortable hug you'd give a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic.
I'm gonna go up this way.
Okay.
And lead the actress you obviously just met today. You see, Fonda? That's what we're expecting. Learn from the master. She clearly doesn't give a crap. So we find out a little bit more about that lady engine and why Diesel wants to destroy her so much.
Diesel knows that the lost engine in the legend really exists.
What legend?
Of an engine whose magic makes her more powerful than Diesel will ever be. That's why he wants to find her.
By the way, you notice something seriously lacking in Thomas the Tank Engine? Yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine! He's barely in this! He shows up, smiles, and then we cut to either overact